What up guys, this is Kelvin and welcome back to my channel where we discuss financial wellness, mindset therapy, and real estate. In today's video, we're going to discuss 5 easy approval business credit vendors that report to Dun & Bradstreet. If you've been looking for ways to build business credit, then this is the video for you, so stay tuned. First and foremost, I would love to start by showing my appreciation to each and every single one of my new subscribers. For my OGs, stand by and stand down. Hold up. Nah, that didn't sound too right. To my OGs, hold it down. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see more of this fire content. The more you punish that like button and comment and share my content, I'll be making more and more for y'all, baby. I really am doing this all out of love because I would like to help as many like-minded small business owners out here put themselves in a position to get large amounts of money.
I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money.
In your business's name without it ever having to touch your personal credit. Now this video right here will serve as a trilogy about the last 2 videos that I put up showcasing 5 easy approval business credit vendors that report to Equifax, and then I made a video about ones that report to Experian Commercial, seeing as though those are the 2 that may be the hardest to establish business credit with. If you haven't already seen those videos, I'll go ahead and put up an iCard link where you can see the how to build business credit playlist that I created, because I wanted to give you guys one single place where you can go and access all of my business credit videos, and you can kind of watch them like a class if you would like to. Now, just keeping it real, a large majority of tier 1 and tier 2 net 30 and other type of business vendors report to Dun & Bradstreet, so there is a wider variety of options for you. But the next 5 options I'm about to talk about are some of the lesser known business credit vendors that report to Dun & Bradstreet. So I want to showcase them and let you know how you can get approved. And for those of you who don't know, Dun & Bradstreet has something called a Paydex score, which is your business credit score that ranges from 1 to 100, with 80 being the optimum position that you want to put your business in. So again, the golden standard for having a good Paydex score would be an 80 or above. So that's what you're shooting for. Now, the very first easy approval business credit vendor that reports to Dun & Bradstreet that I'm going to showcase right now is Advanced Auto Parts. Yes, we're not talking AutoZone, we're talking Advanced Auto Parts. You can stroll into an Advanced Auto Parts right now and be using business credit to purchase things for your car that you would have to purchase regardless of if you were a small business owner or not. Advanced Auto Parts actually has 2 different payment terms that you can get for your business vendor account. That's, you can do a net 7 account, or you can actually do a net 30 account. Now, if you ask me, I typically stick with the net 7 just because I really do have a strong feeling that whenever you have a shorter term and you pay back immediately, that's going to significantly improve the way other vendors look at your payment history. Now, of course, at Advanced Auto Parts, you can get all things auto parts, and they typically start you off with around a $1,000 line of credit. The requirements for this business account is surprisingly simple. You want to make sure you do have the 8 keys to having a credible and legitimate business to qualify for business credit, as I mentioned in my video. But I would put a specific emphasis on making sure your business phone number is listed with the 411. And before you ask in the comments, you can do that by simply going to listyourself.net. And as always, you want to make sure your business is in good standing with the Secretary of State. Now, the next thing you want to make sure you have to qualify for this Advanced Auto Parts account is simply a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score. So if you don't have a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score, it's probably because you either have no trade lines reporting yet, or you have maybe 1 or 2. If you've already signed up for business credit vendors that are supposed to report to Dun & Bradstreet, just continue using them. I always recommend making at least one minimum $50 subtotal purchase every month pay that invoice off early so that when these vendors do begin to report, they have something to report. And to be honest, that's all it really takes to get approved for this Advance Auto Parts business credit account. You can do so only by going into the Advance Auto Parts stores in your area and let them know that you would like to apply for business credit. Now, the second easy approval business credit vendor that reports to, you guessed it, Dun & Bradstreet is called Zoro. Zoro is an e-commerce store, which means they have no physical locations, and I would actually compare them to like a Grainger or a Uline. They have office and cleaning supplies, hardware, and then also small electronics. In order to qualify for the Net 30 account with Zoro, the first thing you want to make sure you have is a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score, which will be again an 80 score or better. Now this is preferred, so if you're in that 75 to 80 or maybe a 70 to 80 range, you still may have a shot. You also want to make sure you do have a business bank account, and that's really about it. They really aren't looking for too much with this card, so just make sure your business is well established, and then you can give them a call to apply it on the phone. I'll put the phone number right up there so you can give that number a call and let them know you want to get down. The third easy approval business credit vendor that reports to Dun & Bradstreet goes by the name of Industrial Fans Direct. So Industrial Fans Direct is a Net 30 account. Not only does it report to Dun & Bradstreet, but it also reports to Equifax. If you go to their website, you'll see that they specialize in all things industrial and commercial environmental solutions. So environmental solutions would include lighting, venting, heating, cooling, all that good stuff that you would have if you have a brick and mortar store. You would definitely like to get this service. Now, in order to qualify for the Industrial Fans Direct account, you will, of course, you guessed it, you'll need to make sure you do have the 8 keys of having a legitimate and credible business. Additionally, as some of the others, you will need to have not necessarily good Dun & Bradstreet credit, but you need to just have a score generated. Not only do you need to have a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score, but you also need a business account. Beside having a business account, beside having the 8 keys of having a legitimate and credible business, and also beside having a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score, you will need to have a good Equifax credit score. Believe it or not, they will be taking a look to see what your Equifax credit score looks like. In order to be considered to have good Equifax business credit, you want to have at least a 550 or better, which puts you over that threshold of being a risk or a non-risk. Last but not least, when you make your first purchase, it will need to be a minimum of $500. In order to apply for Industrial Fan Supplies, simply do that online at their website. Just like all the other links, they will be down below in the description. Check them out. And the fourth easy approval business credit vendor that reports to Dun & Bradstreet is actually Valvoline. Not Ovaltine, Valvoline. So Valvoline is a Net 15 account, which means you do need to pay back within 15 days. Valvoline not only reports to Dun & Bradstreet, but it also reports to Experian. Valvoline is an auto service that has stores nationwide. Typically, when I think of Valvoline, I think of like Jiffy Lube or any of these oil change type businesses. So if you were to get this Net 15 account, you could use it for any of your auto maintenance needs. Now, this Valvoline Net 15 account is also Wex brand gas card. So yes, this means not only can you go to a Valvoline location and get your oil changed or any other auto servicing you need, but this card is also good and accepted at 90% of all fuel stations nationwide. In order to get approved for Valvoline, of course, you need to have the 8 keys of having a legitimate, credible business. But besides that, you also want to make sure you have a business listing and a business account, which are 2 of the 8 keys. Yes, you do want to have a Dun & Bradstreet Paydex score. You don't need to have great credit, but at least a Paydex score. You do want to have multiple trade references. So whenever you see this on an application, trade references are the same thing as trade lines. So any vendors that you have already reporting to your business credit will serve as one of your trade references. Similar to Industrial Fan Supply, Valvoline will also check to see if you have great standing with Equifax. So that means your Equifax business credit score should be at least a 550 or better. As long as your business has been around for more than a year, you won't have to worry about PGing. This would be a no PG gas card situation if you meet that qualification. But if your business is newer than 1 year, you will need to either PG or you need to make a $500 deposit in order to get this account. You can get this Valvoline Net 15 gas card vendor account by simply calling the number that you see right up there. There is no online link. You can call the number and apply over the phone. The fifth, yes, the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. The fifth easy approval business credit vendor account that reports to Dun & Bradstreet is CDW. Now, CDW is a Net 30 account that's actually based in both the UK and the US. CDW has been around for a long time, so they are well established, and they're also a Fortune 500 company. CDW specializes in computer electronics. So yes, that would mean laptops, monitors, TVs, you know, all things computer related in the electronics field. But they also provide digital products. So digital products that could help offer an IT solution for educational and healthcare and all these different industries that are looking for digital products and solutions. Now, in order to have the best chances of getting approved for the CDW account, here are some of the qualifications you will need. So I want to drill this through you guys' head. If you notice, I'm doing this for each and every single vendor for a reason. I want you guys to understand they want to make sure that they can verify on paper that you are a credible and legitimate business. Yes, this includes having a business account. Yes, this includes having an EIN number. Yes, this includes having all of the necessary business licensing that your industry requires. But they also will be checking to see if you have an 80 or above Paydex Dun & Bradstreet score. So it's not going to be enough just to have a Paydex score. It needs to be a good one, so 80 or above. Chances are, hopefully, if you have a great Dun & Bradstreet score, hopefully you will have a great Equifax score too, because yes, they will be checking your Equifax score. So as you can see, it is important to build all three scores. So check out that video that I made about how you can develop and get vendors that do report to Equifax. Your business should also have been in business for at least 2 years. And last but not least, CDW does not rock with virtual addresses, okay? No PO boxes, that's a general rule, but CDW will be looking for a physical address. So keep that in mind before you apply for this account, because if you do have a virtual address, there's going to be a chance that you get denied just off the strength of that. You can apply for the CDW Net 30 account by calling the number that you see right up there, and then you can make sure that you get your application submitted. Now that wraps up the 5 easy approval business vendors that I wanted to tell you guys about. They report to Dun & Bradstreet, but there's one more bonus one. I've mentioned this on at least 2 of my other videos, but it's that important and it's that reliable. You want to make sure, if you don't already have it, go ahead and sign up for NAV Business Boost, because NAV Business Boost reports to all 3 of the business credit bureaus. And it only costs $40 a month, but keep in mind, you don't have to make any purchases. Unlike some of these other vendors where they tell you you have to have a minimum $50, $300 purchase for them to report, with NAV Boost, they're only drafting $39.99 out of your account every month, and they're going to report to all 3. So I'll drop links for that as well down below. And I feel like that's something that everyone, every single business credit journeyer, if that's even a word, journeyman, should have. All right, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you found anything even remotely helpful in this video, make sure you show your boy some love. Give me a like, and subscribe to make sure you get more content from me, because this is, you guys you're really motivating me to make more content. All the love I get is duly noted. I got to keep saying it because I really mean it. I appreciate all of y'all. Peace to a la familia. I hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or night. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching.